Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Jenny Reed from the Troy for Troops Center. Tell us about how some runners can help some wounded vets. Thanks for joining us here today.
Yes, we're going to have what we call the 2-mile fun run. We're going to have 5 events throughout the run that participants can participate in. And while they're doing this event, they're helping us help a cause, which is the Canine Warriors. And what they do is they train service dogs for veterans that have traumatic brain injuries, that have post-traumatic stress disorder, or they have been sexually assaulted while they served in the military. And so basically they are training those dogs to work with those veterans.
And so by doing this run, and we'll get some of the details of the run in a little bit,
yes,
they're helping this cause to help these wounded vets.
Correct.
And help put these rescue dogs, pair them up. Tell us a little bit about the organization too, because it's an interesting organization, and tell us about how all that works.
Well, yes, the Canine Warriors, Canines for Warriors organization, basically, they actually not only rescue the veteran, but they're rescuing the dogs. Over 90% of their dogs that participate in the program have been rescued from a shelter. So they take those dogs back, they train them to make sure they're compatible to be trained for the veteran. And then once they've trained those dogs, they bring those veterans in for 3 weeks to work with those dogs. All expenses paid, doesn't cost the veteran anything.
So sounds like a fairly worthy cause,
yes,
to be a part of, and a fun activity from the sounds of it to help that cause out.
Yes.
And you mentioned there briefly, it's a fun run, and I've heard of fun runs before where, okay, you're running, but you're not really competing, and that's the fun run, but this is a totally different type of fun run.
Exactly.
You've got some fun activities throughout a 2-mile run. Talk a little bit about that. Some of the things that folks are going to get involved in there.
Well, what's great about this, we're going to have 5 events stretched out. We call the C-burn, which is chemical. If anyone was in the Army, it's chemical, biological, radioactive, nuclear, and explosives. So basically, they're not going to expose to any of that, but we're going to use color powder to simulate like if a soldier had deployed and they were exposed to chemicals. So that's going to be our simulation for that. Then we have evade the enemy. So basically, it's just going to be water guns, shooting them, and they're going to try to avoid being squirted down with water guns. And then we're going to have the shoot and move, and basically there's going to be targets that they're going to shoot at, and then they move forward. And then we have an ammo can carry, and then we also have a tire obstacle. And basically, it's going to be, they're going to run and then stop at this obstacle, do the event, and then move forward.
So not just running, but
yes,
having some fun and doing
yes,
a little competition in there. And I would
yes,
think that maybe some of those folks, especially after getting powder thrown on them, may actually want to get squirted with those water guns when they hit through there.
yes.
But it sounds, it's a new, interesting take on having
yes,
a little bit of fun. So
yes,
even if you're not the most competitive runner, you can go and have a little bit of fun
exactly,
with it as well.
Fun for a great cause. And then we also have events for the children.
Okay.
They're going to have grenade toss, cornhole, face painting, and ladder toss. I believe that's the correct
All right,
word.
so opportunity for the kids that won't be participating in the run, but they can have some fun doing some other things
exactly,
while they're out there as well. But obviously this sounds like a fun event. Now, if someone wants to register for this and take part in it, what can they do?
Well, they can go to www.raceentry.com, and then all they got to do is do a search for Troy for Troops, and then it will populate the link, and then you just go to that link and register.
And register for it. And that registration's open now,
yes,
correct? And it's when is the deadline for registration?
26th of April, but they can register the day of the event at the table at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so the website will cut off, but then they can register that day as well. And then once again, you mentioned it there, but we haven't talked about it yet. When and where will this race take place? So
it's going to be April the 28th. At 8 a.m. and it's going to be at the Trojan Recreation Center here in Troy, Alabama, and that's 601 Enzer Road in Troy, Alabama, 36079.
All right, you'll get a chance to run out there at the Rec Center on Enzer Road there. Now,
yes,
before we go, I hate to not talk about Troy for Troops. It's a good opportunity
yes,
to let folks know about what opportunities there. Tell us, give us a little bit of background on Troy for Troops and what it does for people here on campus. So.
Well, the Troy for Troops Center, along with Student Veterans Association and the Veteran Success on campus, we advocate for veterans and their dependents on campus. We also provide programs like a work-study program. By the way, there's applications up to the 20th of April, so please come by if you're a veteran or dependent. And then we also have programs that we have working if they need counseling or if they're struggling financially. We try to get them to those programs that will help them.
All right, an opportunity for students to take advantage of that here on campus, and dependents of veterans and veterans here on campus.
Correct.
And that is on the first floor of the Trojan Center. So if anyone needs an opportunity to stop by, they can stop by the Trojan Troop Center and get help. But once again, if anyone is interested in participating in this run, when and where will it be?
It's going to be April the 28th at 8 a.m. at the the Troy Rec Center here in Troy, Alabama.
Okay. And now, they can sign up on the website. And what's that website one more time?
www.raceentry.com, and then just do a search for Troy for Troops.
Troy for Troops. All right. Well, it sounds like a fun opportunity, a fun run to get out there and have a blast doing some military themed activities while you're running for 2 miles. Well, thanks for joining us here today. So,
thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.